Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome and hello and welcome middle two students. Welcome to our weekly English programs for English language. منصة البث المباشر محافظة الإسكندرية توجيه اللغة الإنجليزية. معكم اليوم نورة محمود حسن. So, are you ready to start this week's lessons? Okay, so if you think you're ready, let's start. Okay, this week, inshallah, we will study Unit 12. Unit 12. It's languages and learning. Languages and learning. It seems like an interesting topic because language is very important in this world, okay, in today's world. You have to know more than one language, not in only English, but if you can speak more than one language, this gives you more opportunities in the field of working. So, languages and learning lessons 1, 2, and 3. Wow, what can you see here? Yeah, I can see the word hello in so many different languages. Okay, I can see here marhaba, salut in French, hello in English, hola in Spanish, konnichiwa in Japanese, and hello in many different languages, and it seems very interesting. So let's start our unit. And I want you to write which hello did you like, and in which language. Okay. So, in today's unit, inshallah, and in the reading section, we will read a quiz about learning styles. You will also read an article about languages in Africa, which seems very interesting. And finally, you will read an advertisement for a language school. Concerning the writing, you will learn how to write an internet post giving advice. You will write a study plan, and you will learn how to fill in an application form. Listening, you will listen to a conversation about future plans. You will listen to a radio interview about animal communication. Speaking part, you will talk about learning styles, a presentation about your studies, how to present the studies, a discussion about study tips, and you will learn how to give advice, opinions. Finally, the language part, nothing new you're gonna learn, but instead we are going to revise sentences we have studied before. So let's start. Bring your books, bring your notebooks and pens, and let's start our lesson for today because I want you take down some notes. And remember the verb take notes because we will be studying, inshallah, this verb in a while. Take down notes. So let's start by reading. So it's reading time. Okay, it's a quiz. It's a quiz. Okay. What type of learner are you? Look at the pictures. Okay, we have here a boy that is reading a book, a girl that is watching a video on her laptop or iPad, and we have a third girl which is experimenting, which is doing experiments in the lab. So I want you to tell me what type of learner are you? Do you learn by reading? Do you learn by watching? Or do you learn by doing experiments? Okay? But before telling me, I want you to answer these questions from 1 to 6 or 5. And after you finish, okay, there will be a scale to decide what type of learner are you. For example, which of these things do you prefer to do in your free time? Okay, if you prefer to read a book, write A. So 1A. If you prefer watch a film or TV show, write 1B. If you prefer play a video game, write 1C. And if it's a listen to music, write 1D. Okay? So I hope that you wrote down the thing you prefer to do in your free time. I prefer to watch a film or TV show. Okay. Number 2, if you want to learn how to play a new sport, what do you do? Do you read online about how to play it? Or do you watch a video of people playing it? Or do you start playing and learn as you play? Or do you ask for advice from someone who can play it? Remember, write down your answers. Number 3, you need to tell your class about a new English book. You have read a new English book and you need to tell your class about it. So, what would you prefer to do? Would you write a review of that book? Would you make a short video about it? Would you act some of the book with your friends? Or would you read some of the book to your class? Which one would you prefer? I myself would write a review of it. Number 4, if someone asks you for directions, maybe a tourist or someone who has lost his way, if someone asks you for directions, what do you do? Do you write down instructions for him? Do you draw a map? Do you use your hands and body to explain? Or do you tell them where to go? Okay. Number 5, if you don't know how to spell words, if you don't know how to spell a word, what do you do? Would you look in a dictionary? Or would you try to work out how to spell it? Or write it down to see if it looks right? Or say the word slowly to hear the sounds? Okay, I hope you finished writing down your answers and taking your notes. So if you think you are done, let's discuss what are the types of learners and what the type of learner you are. Okay, look here at this scale. If you choose mostly A, if you choose most of your answers are the letter A, so you are a learner that can learn best by reading and writing. You like reading books, writing stories, you love words, and learn best by learning about something and taking notes. Type. What about if you choose mostly the letter B? It means that you learn best by seeing things. You are a visual learner who like to see everything. So you love to watch videos or look at diagrams. You love films and art, and you learn things better if you can see them. What about if you choose mostly the letter C? It means that you can learn best by doing things. You are a person that learns when you do the thing yourself. You need some action, okay? You're always busy making all the time. You're preparing things. You learn things just by trying to do them, and sometimes find it hard to understand by listening or reading. So you don't like to listen and read, you like to do. What about if you choose mostly D? Of course, we have here the ears. So you learn best by listening. You love music and you're often talking. You find it easier to learn by listening to people. You explain things and you discuss things with other people. So the first one is the one who likes to write and read. The second one likes to see. The third one likes to do. And the last one who likes to listen. Okay, so I guess now you know what type of learner are you. Okay. The new vocabulary, we learn it in the reading part. Okay. The first one, what is he doing here? What do you think he's doing here? Yes, he is writing something down. Okay. So this is taking notes. Take notes is a verb. By taking notes, it's a noun. To take a note is to write down the most important words, dates, it could be times, names, feelings, and actions. Let's think of an example. I love words. I learn best by reading about something and taking notes. Taking notes. Excellent. Let's move to the next word. What is this? Yeah, it's like a diagram, right? Okay. It's called the color bubbles diagram. It's a nice one. Okay. So diagrams are simple drawings to explain something. They are very simple, and if we have something difficult, we can explain it using these diagrams, and we use it especially in math, physics, chemistry, and so, and even in English language, by the way. Okay, let's put it in an example. I love to watch videos and look at diagrams. Remember the type of learner that who likes to watch? Okay, so this would be useful to him. The third word is, this mechanic here is holding something in his hand, okay, and he is trying to fix the car, right? So, repairing, repairing, it's a noun. It means mending or fixing something that is broken, damaged, or not working properly. So repair is to fix. Okay? There was no hope of repairing the damage. She had to buy a new car. Yeah, she can't repair it. She can't fix her car. So it's repairing. The next word is pass. It's a verb and it means to be successful in a test or exam. Okay, it means to succeed. The student passes the test and is ready or ready, okay, to move on the next grade level. The student passes the test and is ready to move on the next grade level. And I wish all of you, inshallah, about the final test. And I wish you to move on to Meta 3, inshallah. Okay. You have here pass and fail. So the opposite of pass is fail. Okay. Fail, not successful. Not successful. Okay. He failed in his first attempt. Attempt means first trial, okay? But first try, but succeeded in his second attempt. Fail. Okay, what can you see here? Yeah, he's a teacher. What is he doing? He's writing on the board. He is explaining the lesson. So we have the verb explain. Explain. It's a verb. It means to make something clear or easy to understand by giving examples. He doesn't understand, so I must explain it. Explain to make it easier. Explain. Mostly. What do you mean by the word mostly? Mostly, it means most of the time. Most of the time. Okay? So, she mostly calls me by my last name. It means most of the time she calls him by his last name. Okay. Oh, this man seems sad or disappointed. Disappointed is an adjective and it means not happy because something you wanted didn't happen or wasn't very good. So it makes you disappointed, not happy. I was deeply disappointed by her lack of interest. It means that she is not interested in the topic. So I felt disappointed. Disappointed. Okay. What is the girl doing here? She seems to be proud, happy of something. So proud is to feel happy because you or people you know have done something well. So I'm proud. I feel so proud that my brother just accepted. Proud. And it takes the preposition of, so I can say proud of. Okay. So after studying the vocabulary, let's have some practice, okay? I want you to circle the correct words. Okay, if you fail or pass an exam, you will feel disappointed. So the right answer is fail. What about the next one? If you fail or pass an exam, you will feel proud. So which one is the correct answer? Of course, if you pass an exam, you will feel proud, will feel happy because you passed. Number three, students need to decide or take what job they want to do. So the right answer is decide. Now I want you to think at home after we finish our session about these questions. First one, when was the last time you felt disappointed? Try to remember about something you did or something happened that made you feel unhappy. Remember the picture, the photo of the man that was sad and disappointed? Okay. Number two, when was the last time you felt proud? Like the girl, okay? She was proud. When did you take a difficult exam? Thinking of an exam, okay? Did you pass or fail it? Okay. I hope you passed it. Do you know which job you want to do? Have you decided yet which job do you want to do in the future? Okay. Now it's time to listen. It's listening time. Okay, but before we listen, I want you to think about this. What's your dream job? What's your dream job? Now, let's listen to Faris and Niveen. Faris and Niveen are talking about their future plans. What jobs do they hope to do in the future, of course? So let's listen first to Faris and decide about his future plan. and the job he wants to do. Write down. My name is Faris. When I was young, I didn't used to like studying, but one day I failed an exam. My father was disappointed. He said that one day he wanted me to be the manager of our family shop. He explained about all the skills that I needed to work there: math, reading, writing, and English. Now I'm working hard to pass my exams so I can make my family proud. Next year, I'm starting secondary school and I continue to study hard. So, after listening to Faris, so what job did he decide to do after he graduates? Yeah, okay, he wants to fulfill his father's dreams to be the manager of the family shop. Okay, what about Niveen? Let's listen to Niveen and decide the job she wants to do. When I was 9, I was playing with my sister when I fell and hurt my arm. The doctor at the hospital was so clever and kind, so I decided I wanted to be a doctor too. I know it will be hard to achieve my dreams. I need to go to university and pass lots of exams. My uncle lives in the USA, so I'm going to study there when I'm older, and then I want to come back to Egypt and work in hospital. So, what do you think is her dream job? Okay, she wants to be a doctor. Excellent. Okay, listen again and answer the questions. Right, false, sorry, Faris, F for Faris or M for Naveen. But before listening again, I want you to read the questions first from 1 to 8, and then you will listen again. Okay, let's listen again. My name is Faris. When I was young, I didn't used to like studying, but one day I failed an exam. My father was disappointed. He said that one day he wanted me to be the manager of our family shop. He explained about all the skills that I needed to work there: math, reading, writing, and English. Now I'm working hard to pass my exams so I can make my family proud. Next year, I'm starting secondary school and I'll continue to study hard. When I was 9, I was playing with my sister when I fell and hurt my arm. The doctor at the hospital was so clever and kind, so I decided I wanted to be a doctor too. I know it will be hard to achieve my dream. I need to go to university and pass lots of exams. My uncle lives in the USA, so I'm going to study there when I'm older, and then I want to come back to Egypt and work in a hospital. Great. Let's get back to our questions and try to answer them. So, the first one: who changed how he or she felt about studying? Yeah, it was Faris. Because at the beginning he didn't want to be the manager of the job, but later when he grew up he reconsidered or he changed his mind. Okay, number 2: who wants to study in another country? Was it Faris or Niveen? Yeah, it was Niveen, because her uncle lives in the USA and she wants to travel and work there in a hospital. The third one: who will work in the family shop? Is it Faris or Niveen? Yeah, it's Faris, of course, because his father dreamed about it. Number 4: Who decided which job he or she wanted to do when he or she was a child? What do you think? Is it Faris or Niveen? Yeah, it's Niveen, remember? Number 5, who wants his or her family to be proud? Yeah, of course, it's Faris. Number 6, who wants to go to the university? Yeah, it's Niveen. Who thinks it's going to be difficult to do the job who he or she wants to do? Yeah, it's Faris. That's why he said, I want to study a lot of subjects like math, drawing, and etc. Type. Number 8, who will need to study a lot of subjects? Again, it's Faris. Okay. Now it's time for language. Now it's time for language. As I told you at the beginning, we will not study something new, but instead, because it's the last unit in this term, we will revise the tenses we studied during the whole term. So, it's a revision on tenses. Okay, let's remember together. If we are speaking, writing, we should remember to use the correct tense. We have 3 main tenses, which are present, past, and future. Present, past, and future. Present, it means now. Okay? If you want to express a fact, okay, or a permanent situation, we use the present symbol. Look at this sentence here. My uncle lives in the USA. This is a fact and permanent situation because his uncle really lives in the USA. So I am emailing him today. I am emailing him today. This is an intention or a plan or something decided on. Okay, what about the past? I was playing tennis with my sister when it started to rain. We have here the past continuous tense, which consists of was or were plus the verb ing, and we have the past simple tense. Okay, if we have 2 actions, as we explained before, if we have 2 actions, one of them is longer or continuous or continued for some time in the past, and then we have a shorter action or an action that interrupted or cut the longer action. We put the longer action in the past continuous and the shorter action in the past simple. So I was playing tennis with my sister. This is the longer action when it started to rain. This is the action that cut the longer one, that cut the longer one. Okay. Of course, we have used to. If we express a habit in the past, we used to, plus the verb in the infinitive form or the negative form, which is didn't use to. So look here at this exam. I didn't used to like tennis, but I used to like basketball. What about the future? We can express the future using 3 different forms. The first one is the present continuous. So we might use the present continuous to express a future intention or plan or decision, okay? Like this example here. Next year, okay, next year, I'm starting second secondary school. So we use the present continuous tense to express an arranged action. An arranged action. You took the first step for it. Okay, but here we use going to, am or is or are plus going to express okay, a future event with evidence. For example, it's cloudy, it's going to rain, or an intention. I'm going to go to university, I'm not going to get a job. The last one we use will with some words like think, maybe, believe, to give a quick decision or to express a fact in the future. I think it will be hard, but fun. I won't be bored. Okay. Practice, of course, makes perfect. Let's have some practice. I want you to complete the text with the correct form of the verbs in practice, okay? When I was young, this sentence is in the past simple, so I wanted, yeah, I wanted to be a scientist. Now, we are in the present. I find science very difficult. Though I don't think we have the expression think, so I use will plus the infinitive form. So I don't think I will be a scientist. I'm not really sure what I want to do. But my family are always telling me that school, this is a fact, that school is very important. So we put it in the present simple. And I need to study hard. I know I want to travel. So I am learning a lot of languages. This is an action that is happening now. I'm learning a lot of languages. Next year, now here we move to the future. Next year, I'm starting French classes. These are arrangements, an action that is arranged. Next year, I'm starting. I put it in the present continuous. I am going to take the exam. I'm going to take the exam. This is an intention or a plan, okay, to go to the secondary school. And I hope, because we use the word hope, we put it in the simple future, will plus verb in the infinitive form. I will pass. Well done. Well done. Okay. You're going to give a short presentation about your studies. First, I want you to make notes about these things in your notebook. What did you use or didn't use to like to study in the past, but you like to do it now? So you might write in the form of a table and write in the past, I used to, and I want you to use I used to, but now, and you write the change. Second, what job did you want to do when you were younger? I want you to tell me about the job you thought about before. And do you still want to do it? Third, what subjects do you like or don't you like studying now and why? Maybe you say, I don't like studying math. Why? It's difficult. Finally, what you want to study in the future and why? Okay, that's great. Again, vocabulary for the last part of today's lesson. which is vocabulary for the listening part. Okay, most of us use our hands while talking, our face. These are called body language. Body language. This is the way you move your body that shows people what you're feeling. Okay? We know they are disappointed. How did you know that they are disappointed? Yeah, by their body language. Body language. Okay? They are looking, okay, at each other's eyes. This is called eye contact. When you look directly in the eyes of the person in front of you, you're trying to make an eye contact with him to tell him that I understand you. Okay? So, eye contact, if two people make eye contact, they look at each other at the same time. I know that she wants to leave. She didn't tell me. She didn't tell me in words because she makes eye contact with me. It means that she tells me with her eyes. Well done, it's eye contact. Yeah, somebody is talking here. So, do you see this? It's voice. Voice. Voice is the sounds that are made when people speak or sing. Voice. You should be careful about how you use your body and voice. Okay, that's great. We have very different expressions here. The first one maybe shocked, the second one is happy, the third one is angry, the sixth. Okay, we have a lot of different expressions here. These are called facial expressions. Facial expressions. It's the look on someone's face, showing what they feel or think. Facial expression. Some children are watching the film. We know the film is scary by their facial expressions. Interesting. So, I want you to check the meaning of these words in the dictionary, and this is something we did. Okay. Body language, drawing, eye contact, speaking, sounds, facial expressions, writing, voice, and touch. So, what do you think is the difference between sound and voice? Okay, voice is the sound of man, human. Okay, our sound when we speak, it's a voice. But the sounds, it might be the sounds of things and so on. Okay, which of these different types of communication do most people use? Yeah, I think most people use body language, facial expressions, and so on. Which types of communication do animals? Of course, they use sounds. Most of animals use sounds to communicate. Amazing. So let's listen together. Okay. This is a dialogue on how animals communicate with each other. Okay. And not only animals, but let's see it's a dialogue between Munir and Dr. Ahmed. Munir, what do you know about animals? Do you think they understand you? Today, I'm talking to Dr. Ahmed, who is going to tell us about how animals communicate. Hello, Dr. Ahmed. Hello. Let's talk about animals that you often see on a farm. My brother is a farmer, and I think that his cat understands him sometimes. Is that possible? I'm sure the cat understands when he's angry and understands words like dinner, for example. But of course, the cat can't talk to him. No, animals can't speak in the way people can. But some animals, like birds, can copy sounds. But animals do communicate, both to us and to each other. One way animals communicate is by using body language. For example, horses touch noses to say hello to another horse they like, and bees dance when they find a good flower. So, can I learn communicate better with animals then? From my point of view, it's important to watch and listen to what animals are trying to tell you. You should be careful about how you use your body and voice. So, if an animal is scared, you should move slowly and use a soft voice. How about listening to the way your cat make noise? Does it sound different if it's frightened? Wants some food? I think it will. Okay. So after listening, we listened about how horses communicate, how bees communicate, and how cats can communicate. So cats can't understand people. Do you think so? Of course, false. Type. Number two, some animals can copy sounds. Yeah, of course. Who can copy sounds? Okay, it's birds. Yes, some birds can copy sounds. What about number three? Animals only use body language to communicate? Of course, false. We have very different ways, sounds, body language. Okay, time. Number four, horses say hello by touching noses. Do you think it's false or true? Yeah, it's true. People can use their voices and bodies to communicate with animals? Uh-huh. Yeah, true. But we should be careful about how we use our body and voice. Because if the animal is scared, he might attack you. So you should move slowly or use a soft voice. The last one, cats only make noise when they want something. Okay, so do you think it's true or false? Yeah, it's true. Okay. Now we will use the language, the tenses we used or we revised. We have here three categories: advice, opinions, and suggestions. Okay. So the first one, I want you to label all of them. Let's talk about the animals that you often see on a farm. So if you suggest, you use let's, or you may use what about, or how about. Okay. What about the second one? I think that his cat understands him. Of course, this is an opinion because if you want to express your opinion, you use expressions like I think, I believe, from my point of view, in my opinion. So the next one, from my point of view, of course, is an opinion. It's important to watch and listen to what animals are trying to tell you. What about giving advice? Yeah, we can use you should or you shouldn't. So you should be careful about how you use your body and voice. And the last one, how about? How do you call it? Yes, when you suggest, use how about. But how about and what about is followed by the gerund. So how about listening to how your cat makes a noise? Okay, I guess we came to the last part of today's session, which is the writing board. And I want you to read this post from the internet to decide on what is the girl's problem. Okay? And after you decide what is the girl's problem, I want you to just prepare a piece of paper and write a reply to her problem. So imagine you are working in a newspaper, you are a journalist, and you are going to reply. So let's start reading. Can anyone give me some advice? I have an older sister. She's 3 years older than me. We used to be best friends, but now she doesn't want to talk to me very much. She's always on the internet or talking to people on her phone. She tells me to go away if I try to talk to her. I miss being friends with her. How can I get her to spend time with me again? Please give me some advice. Okay, yours, Radwa. So, what was Radwa's problem here? That her sister is busy on the mobile phone and they don't spend, yes, much time like they used to do in the past. I want you now to think about a reply to her problem and write it down in the form of a paragraph. Okay, my dear students, we came to the end of our English program for this week. I hope you enjoyed our lessons today, and I wish to meet you إن شاء الله next week. كان معكم اليوم نورة محمود حسن. See you and bye bye.